Guys, so I have a pizza right now in my closet.
Yeah, I don't even know what that sentence means. Did you say that correct, or was that a Mad Lib?
Yeah.
Look, ready? Look.
Yeah. Yeah, why do you have? Was that pizza there when you got into the hotel room, or
No, I ordered
you
it.
brought it?
I ordered it when I
Oh,
landed.
thank God.
And look,
God.
it's Grimaldi. No, Chachi boy, no, not for you.
Oh my God.
Look,
You love that pizza. Hey,
it's my favorite pizza, Grimaldi.
I know it is,
love
but can you get slices of it? You always order whole
No.
pies. Okay.
No, I get to eat it for the next 3 days. It's great. I'm gonna do a slice right now. I'm gonna slice right now.
It is. There's a pizza in my closet. It's like one of those first grade like breakfast.
Yeah, that's like a Shel Silverstein poem.
I just put it back in the closet. It's like it's an oven.
There's a pizza in my closet.
Yeah.
There's a hoagie in my shoe. Is that how that one goes? Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the FTS podcast, Friends Talking Shop. I'm your host, Dave, dialing in from Racine, Wisconsin, my bunker and remote location. Really happy to be here, but I'm following a Packer loss, so I'm in depression a little bit. By the way, someone pointed out, I think it was my sister, she pointed out that when we do these intros, I ask you guys how you're doing, and no one asks how I'm doing. So I'm just gonna...
Yeah, that's by design.
That's my sister looking out for me. So I'm just going to
that's
jump
very
right in and tell you. How am I doing, Dave? Not good. I'm depressed. Packers have lost once again, and I think the entire coaching staff of the Green Bay Packers are idiots. So that's where I'm coming to you from this week. So that's me. I'm your host, Dave, and that's really all I want to talk about.
Does that
I'm
count
done.
as me? Hold on. Does that count as me and Josh asking you how you're doing?
Yeah,
I'm
done.
taking. Yeah, I'm taking.
Don't ask him again.
I only get more depressed. Well, I'm joined this week, as usual, by my two hosts, starting with the shiniest forehead in the business, Josh. Josh, how you doing today?
I am doing well. I'm a little tired. I was had a wonderful weekend. We had parents' weekend at my daughter's college, so my wife and I went down and spent the weekend with her. It was a lot of fun, but she dragged us to, get this, so the football game on Saturday, she said, Mom, Dad, we got to go to the 6 a.m. tailgate. 6 a.m. tailgate. I said, there's no way.
What time's the game? 7:30?
The game was at 11.
All right.
So it's Central Time Zone, so it's a 11 a.m. kickoff. And she did end up getting us. She's like, oh, my friend's parents will be there too, so you got to go, and you won't be the only parents. And there's two tailgates that she goes to, and the first is like on this rooftop at 6 a.m.
Wait.
Yeah.
So you woke up at 5 a.m.
No, we woke up at 6 because we got there at 7. We weren't getting there at 6.
Okay.
But still, and I said to my friend, like, we can't just go in there and start drinking at 7 a.m. I'm too old for this, and so we stopped. I'm like,
do you have to drink at a tailgate? You have to drink.
It's strongly
encouraged. We don't have to,
yeah.
but that's a typical. Like, you walked into this tailgate and it was just mayhem. It's 7 a.m.
At 7 a.m.
7 a.m. These kids the music is blaring and they're drinking, and they all have like these milk cartons with this swill in them that they call Borgs, and they name their Borgs, and it's fun. But we walked up there because we stopped at Starbucks. I'm like, I can't. I have to get something in my stomach. So
Frappuccino.
It's hilarious. You got us. We walk up. We get out of the elevator for the rooftop, and we got Starbucks. I got a Starbucks double smoke croissant in my one hand, and a nice coffee in the other ones. And thankfully, I see other parents, and they got the same thing in their hands.
That's cool that she wanted you to go. That means something.
It was awesome, and we went from there. We were there for 2 hours. Then she dragged us to another 2 tailgates at 2 different frat houses. And I mean, look, first of all, they're serving up, we're drinking Natty Light out of a warm keg. It was absolutely disgusting.
Wait,
it'll
how many other
knock you down a few pegs?
How many other parents were there?
A lot.
Really?
And yeah.
Did any of them look as out of place as you did?
I think I hung pretty well. I did well. Yeah. But this is the thing. You're old. We did the tailgates. Then we went to the game. And then after the game, it was like, it was like 2:00 or whatever. My wife and I look at each other like, we need a nap.
Time for a nap. Yep.
We had to go back to the hotel to nap before our 7:45 dinner reservation because there's no way we were making it.
Yeah, that's
But it
the
was
new
fun. It was great time.
game for you guys.
So were there any parents that were trying too hard to fit in?
No, I don't think so. There was no parents that
There was no
knocked down
inappropriately dressed moms.
No.
Really?
No,
Not
no,
one?
we're not. No, don't forget it's not 40 and 50-year-olds there just crashing a tailgate. They have their kids there with them.
Yeah,
They're brought by their
Josh,
kids.
I
Yeah.
know moms who dress really, provocatively, even in their 40s. Dave, am
everyone's
I
in a
off
tube
on this?
top. That's what?
It's well, I went to Wheaton College, and there were no
Whatever the
provocative
fuck
mothers.
that is.
Yeah,
What
that's
the fuck is Wheaton College? Is that is that the Bruce Jenner College?
no,
that
that's
Billy-
Billy Graham went to that college. If you give you know who Billy Graham is?
Superstar Billy Graham.
I don't know what that means.
That's
He's
a
a
wrestler.
He's a
That's not the
superstar in some
wrestler.
circles, I suppose, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Wrestler.
we're a bit more conservative than Vanderbilt. Yeah, so
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I can't
It was
help
a
you.
ton of
I
fun.
can't.
Ton of
So-
fun. I paced myself because I had to. And but these kids, they go. It's hilarious because my daughter complains about a 9:30 class. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to get up for 9:30 class." Meanwhile, at 6 a.m. tailgate, she pops up like like it's no big thing. Oh, gotta go 6 a.m. tailgate.
Ain't
That
that the
they
thing?
that these kids get up for 9:30
Yep.
class. No, thank you.
It's these
It's
days.
amazing. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So a good weekend, but I'm tired.
Was it homecoming or is it just parents' week? Like, what was the you
Parents
just came
weekend.
down?
So they
It was
they
parents
do
week,
they
okay.
yeah they do every week every year they do one weekend they call parents weekend. They
All
put
right.
on a whole bunch of events and it's a home football game.
So you weren't out of place. That was there.
No,
It was
not at all. Not at all.
not crashing. All right. Well,
Not
it's good. Good you're here. It's late at night. It's probably past twice your naps. So
Yeah.
you're probably ready to go.
Oh yeah. I'm
well,
gonna
we
get
have
some
one more-
energy up.
One more host with us is Omar. Omar, give us the lowdown. Where are you and how are you doing right now?
I'm in New York, and I am. I've had a few drinks, and
Oh,
no, this is our latest ever podcast. We're
It
recording
is.
it.
It's pretty
It
late.
is, yeah.
It's almost. It's after 10:30 p.m.
And it's a school
Eastern.
night. And it's a school
And
night.
it's a school night. And but yeah, I'm here with my doggy. I'm pizza, and I had some ice cream, and I have more pizza for later. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see you guys, and I actually have something I'm, really curious about what your reaction is to this. It's about my
Oh, good.
father.
So
Good,
are
good, good.
we. Yes. Yeah. We're always curious. You're a curious guy, and I look forward to it. So let's jump in, right? We got an email that we'll talk about, but first let's just let everyone know what's going on here. On our podcast, FTS, each of us come together each week, try to do every week. I bet you we're going to struggle through that maybe over the course of the next few months, but we'll try every week to come together, the three of us,
Do our
and have a
best.
topic that we will bring up unannounced, unrehearsed, and we will discuss
Actually, you want to know what? I think I have an interesting thing. I have a challenge, but there'll be a reward for our listeners. Because every so often we will do something where we record 2 episodes in the same sitting.
We've never done that.
Yes, we have.
We've never done that.
We haven't,
No.
Dave?
it. I think we talked about it.
We
No,
talked
I don't know
about
either.
doing it because of our schedules, but we have yet to do it.
Okay. Well, okay.
You know what you are?
well,
You're like
we did-
Paula Abdul. Remember that one time at American Idol when she started rating the second song the kid sang and she only sang one song?
I think we did one on a Sunday and we did one on a Tuesday and
Yeah, we
released
did-
it
we
later.
did-
Yeah.
Yes, and we held it.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
That was
Okay,
it,
fair
yeah.
enough.
But never back to back.
Fair enough. So, if we will probably do that again for obvious
You mean the first
reasons.
time?
For the first time, and or record 2 episodes, yeah. But if the listeners can tell when we pre-record something and release it, whoever can tell, if it does happen, they will get $1 million.
Oh. Well, there's a flaw in that whole strategy
What?
because someone could say this is the time every time and eventually they may win. So there needs
You
to be a
get
penalty.
one shot. You
Uh,
get one shot.
Yeah, but they're just going to come up with all the different Hotmail accounts
yeah.
and just
Well,
guess every single
heard it.
episode.
You heard it here. Omar will give you $1 billion
All
if
right,
you
this is
can.
Not legally
Consistent.
binding. Our attorneys are not signing off on this.
That's like your fifth worst idea ever.
It's $1 million annuity that pays off in 300 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever that word means, annuity.
Oh my God.
That's right. All right. So that's what's going to happen here.
You were just about to tell him the
Or did I
email.
get cut
You were
off?
just about to tell him the email address.
Yeah, because we do enjoy getting emails, and you're about
have one.
99.9% sure it will be read if you send it. I can't guarantee a year from now when we're after our magazine write up and guest appearances on the Tonight Show and all things. Emails will come and go through our staff, but if you send it now, we will read it. And I'll give you an example here in a second. Although I think this one, what did you call it, Omar? This last email was a little caustic. Was your?
I felt, and I'm usually not protective of you because I don't really care, honestly, about your emotional health, because you went to Wheaton College.
So strong.
But I do think it. I parts of it felt a little bit, as I said, direct.
Yeah.
But
is your friend from Philly?
Yes. So
this is a friend of Josh's.
This is someone I know who was a regular listener and noticed something that I didn't notice. I don't know if Omar noticed it when I read the email.
No, I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a shock to me as well.
Yeah, and Dave didn't even notice it, and it was about him. So he's pretty observant, but he's also has no filter. So take it for what it is.
All right.
But he is respectful.
By the way, is your friend who wrote the email the same person who came to visit you previous weekend? Your nephew's friend who was saying change the channel.
No, this would be a friend of mine. I'm not friends with a lot of 15-year-olds.
Because this is a zesty email in a way. I think
I do love
zesty,
it.
Whatever that
listen,
means.
you love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you said zesty this week? We should challenge ourselves to use this is zesty.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to use it till I know fully well what it means.
All right. Well, hey, before we read this email, our email address is FTS. No, sorry, back up.
Yeah, back up.
Friends at
There you go.
FTS.media. Friends, plural, at FTS.media. And do what you, buddy Rob, I guess that's his name, but my buddy Rob is.
He signs it, Rob. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me read what he sends to us.
You want me to read it? Because it is about you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Because I don't know what your cadence is going to be.
I was going to do a monotone, but go ahead.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah. And I know his tone. I know how he writes. So I think it'll be better coming out of it.
Is it like Andrew Dice Clay?
It is.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, love the pod. Oh. Now, here's what he writes. He says, guys, love the pod and enjoy each episode. Good start, right? Very good start. I wanted to end it there. Should end. I wanted to make an observation about Dave, who I previously thought was the most well-adjusted member of the FTS squad. So there he's giving you a compliment.
Yeah.
Omar and I, a little off. You, well-adjusted.
A little carrot before the stick, yeah.
Yes, there you go. He baits you in. Then he says,
Josh, do you think he's the most well-adjusted?
Of the three of us?
Yeah.
Well, I know he's at least second.
All right.
He goes on to say, I came to the realization this week that Dave has massive mommy issues. He just jumps right in here.
Yeah.
In an earlier episode, we find out that Dave wanted his wife to make homemade apple pie because his mom made the most amazing apple pie. Right? Remember that?
It's my grandma, by the way.
Yeah, so grandma.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's a little bit of a defense there. Now he goes on to say, now we find out that Dave loves back massages because his mom used to give him great back massages as a kid. No wonder Dave's wife hates giving him back massages and making apple pie. What else does Dave's poor wife not do as well as mommy? Best regards, Rob. And he is, as he calls himself, the guy that won't address his in-laws unless they make eye contact. If you remember, I talked about him. And
honestly, now you read it out loud, it actually wasn't caustic at all.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But Dave, defend yourself, or can you defend yourself, or was this an eye opener? I mean, he brought up two things.
Can I read my response?
Yeah, please.
I put a lot of thought into it, a lot of self-reflection. So, and I'll read it in the cadence as I would normally say.
Well, hold on. Before you read it, like when you first saw it, how did you feel when you read it?
I call my mom. as I normally did.
She made you an apple pie.
She told me I was totally normal.
And then gave you a back rub.
And then she sang me a song. I went to sleep. Yes. All right. So let me. So I said, "Dear Rob," and I left it at that. I felt it didn't need to go any further. I said, "Thank you for contacting FTS, the hottest comedy podcast in Norway." To stop right there. When I do respond to emails, I want to be professional. I don't want to come across as just Dave. We're coming across as FTS as a production, and we're professionals. All right. So
yes.
We appreciate your email and concerns. As you've noted, we've had a host of Freudian issues at FTS, including Dave's mommy issues, Omar's attraction to his sister, and Josh's bedwetting. It's something we're looking into.
One of those was made up for comedic purposes.
Omar, should we stop there? And okay. It's something we're looking into and working our best to correct. This is where I think it gets into some serious stuff. However, let me challenge to consider Dave's issue as not a mommy issue, but a yearning for the past that we're all facing. Consider how many prequels are being released, such as Power of the Rings, which is the Lord of the Rings prequel, House of the Dragon for Game of Thrones, Better Call Saul, Obi-Wan, and countless others. Yeah. In fact, in the New York Times, it recently just wrote an article about this, and it quote, "I wonder if the complication and uncertainty of life is a part of prequel's appeal. The horizon is full of question marks, global, political, and personal. We're overwhelmed with choice and with the unknown. With a prequel, at least in broad strokes, we know what's coming." So I said, end of quote. So maybe Dave isn't so strange, and let's be real, he's by far the most well-adjusted. Thank you again for your email. Many thanks for listening to the podcast, FTS Management. So that was my response.
Now, look, it's a well-written response, incredibly well-written, very clear that you know your way around a keyboard. Yeah. However, the analogy to prequels and wanting...
What the fuck was that?
No, it's a yearning for the past. We want to go back to things we're familiar with.
It's a stretch.
It is a perfect analogy.
Okay.
Or
okay. Do you still want to play t-ball with your dad?
I would love to play t-ball with my dad.
Liar.
Anyway, well, thanks, Rob, for sending your email.
Rob.
Feel free to send and criticize Josh and Omar on your future emails. We're all for it. And
I don't think he was criticizing you, for the record. I think he was pointing something out.
I think he just observed something and said, I wonder if this is the case.
Yeah. Okay. I've started extensive self-examination. No, I can handle it. I used to live in Philly. I can handle it.
There you go.
So wait, to be clear, so Rob's wife's parents want him to call them mom and dad.
Yes. Remember, I alluded to
I
this
remember.
in the last episode, and he won't do that. But at the same time, he also won't call them by their first names, because then he feels like he's not calling. They know he doesn't want to call them.
So are they aware of this?
And by the way, he still does this. So he let me know he still does this, because he listened and said, I still do that. They're not aware of it. This is a brilliant thing. He's a
They're
pioneer.
still not aware of it.
He has found a loophole, Omar. He has found an in-law loophole, and that's how he addresses his
wife
in-laws.
doesn't notice this. No one notices this.
His wife notices everything. She probably browbeats him for it. Who knows?
Hold on. So Rob will not call them mom and dad.
That's right.
So he has mommy and daddy issues. This guy should not be throwing any stones. I just think it's a little ironic that he's pointing out my mommy issues.
I've never seen Dave so fired up right now.
This is your analogies are such a stretch.
I just think, like, if he's going to criticize me on baseball,
your correlations are a little off.
Oh,
I hear you, Dave.
All right. I'm perfectly well adjusted.
Listen, unless we hear a third mommy issue, I'm going to let this one slide.
Wait, what's my topic?
Yeah, what's your topic today? Bubble baths?
Oh my gosh! All right, let's kick off here. Omar, do you want to start? You seem. Have you done it with your pizza, or you want to keep eating and go last?
No, I think I ate too much.
Well, then maybe you go first before we lose you.
Go first before you start keeling over.
I really had two things I really wanted to talk about tonight, but it's late, so maybe I'll save the other one for our next session. All right. So, so about 5 or 10 years ago, my family and I went to the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
And when we went there, we went to somewhere in Arizona, some military base or something. I don't fucking know, but they had like a big battleship there or something. The USS.
In Arizona, it's landlocked.
I don't know. I think it was Arizona. It was called the USS Arizona.
And where was this battleship patrolling?
I don't know. But that's not the point of the story.
This
Bay
Okay?
of
tiny river at
Scottsdale?
the
It
bottom.
was called the damn thing is called the USS Arizona. It's a ship. It's
Well,
a
the USS
battleship.
Arizona is a very famous ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I
it
don't
wasn't
think
in
it's
water,
docked
was it?
in
When you saw it,
Tucson.
was it in
It
water?
was in water. It was in water. It was.
Was
So
it a huge above ground pool?
no, it was really there. And so anyway, I'm there with my entire family, my parents, my sisters, the kids, whatever. And my dad
I guess
wears his-
Arizona. Does the southern border of Arizona have water? I don't know. Now I'm starting to second guess myself. Now I'm reeling in my head about Rob writing an email about Arizona's borders and water.
Yeah, you better look it up because there was a
Yeah, look it
congresswoman
up.
in
Oh
Wisconsin.
no,
who
no, no.
said-
It was actually in Hawaii. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Okay, whatever. My point
Wait,
is I was there
so
too, my
The
family.
smaller Grand Canyon that's located in Hawaii, that one?
Yeah, the Grand Canyon.
Don't you
This
get your
story
family
is so-
trips? Don't you get your family trips mixed up sometimes? That's what happened, okay? It's all a
No,
blur.
did you drop acid?
No, not
What-
ready.
what-
Why
We
am
went
I
from
gonna-
I went to the Grand Canyon
but I did
Arizona.
a parents.
and saw
No,
a battleship in a landlocked place.
You know,
Maybe
he
I
started this conversation with, I have a pizza in my closet. So
He
these
did.
are
Well,
all
no.
nouns.
Yeah.
Just nouns coming
no,
together.
but maybe I played Battleship in Arizona. Okay, the game.
That's
But no, but-
possible.
So all right, so I'm in the Pearl Harbor National Memorial Museum in Hawaii. Okay,
All right.
But-
Yeah, this makes more sense.
but the USS Arizona is there, and my dad for years wears this baseball cap, and it says NFL players, and it's this old hat. It's ridiculous. It looks he loves to wear it, and it's very grating to the fan because it looks very. It's not it's an ill-fitting cap. It's a cap, whatever. I'm like, you want to know what? I'm gonna get him a more robust hat. So this was a great opportunity because he liked the whole idea of like U.S. military that he liked the ship. So I got him a USS Arizona baseball cap, a blue baseball
Blue
cap.
with the gold lettering,
Correct.
like what Gene Hackman
Oh.
wears in Crimson Tide.
Or in
Cool
Battleship.
hat.
In the
Very
in the
cool
movie
hat.
Battleship, I think they wear that. There's
That's
a movie
right.
Battleship. Yep. There now
you
now it's coming together.
All right,
That's right.
keep going. Keep
And
going.
so like a couple of times when I've been with my father out in public, people have come up to him and they've said to him, "Thank you for your service."
Oh, when he wears the hat.
And
He
my
wears the
dad
hat.
goes, my dad always goes,
No,
"You're
no,
welcome."
No,
you're welcome."
no, no.
I'm not
You
not
can't
kidding.
do that.
It's
Oh.
always been a thing. So
Oh.
anyway, so I'm like, you want to like, what am I gonna say? He's like in his 80s. What are you
Yeah.
gonna do? Whatever. So fast forward, years later to
Oh my
recently. I'm talking to my dad. This actually is 2 days ago, and he needs to he wants to help my sister fix her computer, and apparently there's a long line. And my dad goes to me, he goes, "I don't wait in line. I go, I'm an old man. They put me right to the front and I tell them that I wear my hat and they let me, I'm a veteran." I'm like, "Dad,
Oh
you can't,
no,
can't do,
no.
that's like bad."
It's
like,
called
what if-
stolen valor.
Like, what if someone says to you, like, "What battalion were you in?" What are you going to say?
Battalion.
Or whatever, squad, whatever
There's
whatever
no
the term is.
There's no
Terms are.
battalion in the Navy.
What is it? What's the term?
I don't know. I don't even know if there's a battalion.
Ask Rihanna. She was in the Battleship movie. So
Yes.
my point is I'm like, "Dad, that's stolen valor." He goes to me, "No. I'm like, how is it not that? How
Yeah,
is it not
That's
stolen valor?"
valor.
And my dad says to me something I never knew, which he said he was drafted. He was drafted right before Vietnam, and he was going to go to Vietnam. And right after he was drafted, Nixon shut down the war. So because of that, he is, as he says, Geico
Wait a second.
insurance.
Wait a second.
He
Wait
is a
second.
veteran. He is a veteran.
But
So
he's
he was
80.
drafted.
How old is he? This is not adding up mathematically.
He's 82, 83.
So that would have been he would have been way too old to be drafted.
Really?
Yeah. Right?
Is that true? It would have been the 70s, right? Late
No,
60s.
yeah, 60s into, yeah. I mean, I
They'd have
don't,
been
look,
as
we're not
yeah.
historians
This
here, but
is
I
late
think
now.
that
Yeah, I'm doing the math.
this is all
2022.
none of this
say
is adding
50,
up.
Even in 30s? Would he have been in 30s?
No,
I think
my dad says he has a card from the U.S. government, and so he legally is a veteran, although he never went. He was never sent to Vietnam, thank God.
do you think that he created that story after you told him what he had
No.
done with stolen valor to
No,
cover
when you're
stolen valor?
when you're 80 years old, you don't give a crap about anything. You
That's
just
true.
you kind of
That's
just
true.
save the way things
You
are.
just go.
So I guess the question is like, I mean, there's a lot of questions here, but
So is he a veteran? Is what you're asking?
is he a veteran? He
Did
says he
did
is.
Let me ask you something.
According to Geico Insurance, he's a veteran. He gets a
Did he
veteran.
ever? Did he?
Oh, he
ever
qualifies for the veteran discount or whatever?
Correct.
Did he ever go to boot camp or
No.
equivalent of boot camp? So he never actually set foot in an army base or a naval.
Correct.
But he just got technically drafted.
Yes.
Was about to go.
Yes.
But never actually went.
Correct.
So there's no service there.
But can he?
He's not a veteran.
So is it? So can he say?
Did he enlist?
You're welcome.
Was he technically enlisted?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I did these follow-up questions.
None of us have the expertise to answer.
All right. Well, here I got the definition.
Oh,
got
please,
the definition.
Thank you. Dude.
All right. So the Title 38 of the Code of Federal Regulations defines a veteran as, quote, a person who served in the active military, naval, or air service who was discharged or released under conditions other than dishonorable.
No, he never did. He never served.
He was discharged.
He never served.
No, he did serve. He was drafted.
Yeah, but he never served. He never even woke up at 6 a.m. He never even got a Foot Locker or
for a
got his head
tailgate.
shaved.
However,
Yeah,
with
that's
regard
right.
to applicable benefits, other considerations are important and will be covered in later sections. So there may be for our benefits, Geico might be more generous, although Geico might be calling like, come on in, veteran, and you get
All right,
1.1 times the premium as a normal person.
Let's
knows?
break this down to normalcy, please. Whether or not he's technically a veteran, technically, he didn't serve. And he certainly didn't serve on the USS Arizona.
That's true.
That is definitely true.
Right? So aren't we really just...
And it might be that Geico shouldn't be the decider of who's a veteran and who's not.
So how would you hit?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Should I take the hat from him? Like, what do you do?
No, listen, if they sell the hat in a gift store, anyone can wear the hat. But what he should say maybe is like, oh, I didn't serve.
Come on.
Oh, I don't know what you say. He likes the hat. It's a cool hat. People wear FDNY shirts.
I think when you're 80 years old and people say anything to you, you could say you're
Right?
welcome.
Well, if they wear that shirt and someone says, never forget or something, and they, I don't know. They got to somehow
Let me ask you
acknowledge
something.
that I'm not with the fire department.
When he flies, does he board with the military?
No, but he boards with the elderly, which is kind of the same thing.
Well, that is.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie Let's Be
He
Cops?
dresses like Tom Cruise and born on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
He wears his whites.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, in a
that's-
sporting
that's-
event,
No, that's a
good man.
few good men. You got your
Few
movies
good men,
mixed
few
up.
good men, few good men.
in a sporting
see the
event, when
movie-
they ask for the veterans to stand, does he stand?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's done that before. But
So he's just saying thank you
It
to.
doesn't seem
I
right. It
suppose
doesn't seem
let him
right
say
to me.
thank you. Yeah. Well,
I guess. Or he could. Why does he just say, "Hey, I really like the hat," or I support the military, or something like that? There you go. That's something that's.
you know, the thing is though, is that like one time, did I ever tell you my story when I was at this restaurant, Blue Ribbon, with my friend Phil, who you guys know, and with the women, with the two attractive moms and their two daughters. I tell you the
No.
story.
I don't think so.
So I'll keep it brief. Briefly, I walk by their table. It's two moms and their two daughters, and I make a joke. And I make a joke to the daughter saying, "I can't believe your mom's brought you here. When I was your age, I went to McDonald's. Like,
How old are the girls?
they're probably 13 to 15 years old."
Okay, keep going.
They laugh. I go to the bathroom, whatever. Come back, and they stop me, and they're like, and the moms are like, "Thank you so much. Like, our daughters are so excited." And the daughters get up, and they run to the front, and the moms are like, "Our daughters are so excited that you talk to them. they're so excited to see you at Governor's Ball this weekend. Governor's Ball is like a concert every
Who
year.
do they
in New
think
York.
you are?
And I'm like, and they're actually asking the manager if they can get a picture of you with you. Are you okay with that? And I'm like, and I didn't want to like burst their bubble. You know what I mean?
Who did they
So
think you were?
I
This
go,
runs in
well,
the family, is what he's telling us.
well, I mean, so I go to the front
Yeah.
of the restaurant, and I'm like, if I was famous, how would I pose? And so,
Oh
you
my
know what I mean?
God.
Like, what do you do? So I'm like, I kind of like did like my arms crossed, but kind of crossed, but not crossed. I kind of like trying to like
You took a picture with them?
I did, but I didn't want to ruin I didn't want to burst their bubble.
Who did they think you were? M. Night Shyamalan?
I remember. Well, my friend Phil thought I was Aziz Ansari, which is fucking ridiculous.
Aziz
Yeah.
Ansari.
Well, no, he was not playing Governor's Ball. You know, it must have been some like Latin American like DJ or something. I don't know.
Latin American? You're not.
I don't
you're
know.
not
People
Latin
think
American.
people think I'm Mark Anthony. I've gotten that sometimes.
Mark
but so-
Anthony.
It's true. I have.
No.
But the point of the story isn't necessarily who played at Governor's Ball. It's that when they told me that, they were so excited. I didn't want to ruin it for them, right? So
But you
similarly,
did, because they probably showed that picture to so many people. Were like,
well, I had
this is not
sunglasses
Ving
on.
Rhames.
No, but my point is, my dad.
Raves.
It's probably the same thing, right? He doesn't want, if someone is enjoying that, someone gets something out of that, saying thank you for your service. If someone says, "Oh, I never served,"
It's a
takes
weak
away that
argument.
feeling from them.
Yeah. He's not
Yeah, it's a-
stealing anything, right? Other than it's making someone feel good, you know,
Correct.
and rather than explain it, just say you think you're welcome.
Correct.
And just
All right.
everyone's
All right.
there's more joy in the world than not. I maybe I can get
Okay.
there.
All right. I see
Yeah.
it a little differently, but okay.
The,
All right.
the second you're getting a 10% discount on car insurance. I
Yes,
don't know.
that's a problem.
I think it's
Yeah.
more than that.
I have a
actually.
problem.
Yeah, that's a
That's
problem.
interesting. Boy, your father's a complicated guy.
He's a great. I love. I want to spend a day with him. Quite
Yeah.
honestly,
We
after
need
everything
to
I've heard.
yeah.
Well, I was with him the other night, and these two older women came over, meaning like in their 40s, 50s, and started talking to him. And they were just,
Those are okay. Those are not older women. You're older than both of them, as is your dad. And you said two older women.
Anyway, my point
It's
is,
amazing how your
one
mind
of them,
works.
one of them is really, entranced by my dad, and I could see her. She's talking to him, and she puts her hand on his shoulder, just talking to him. And my dad immediately backs away and goes, "Easy, easy."
All right.
He's like, "I'm a married man, easy." But this is my dad.
Yes.
Good for
All right.
him.
Well,
He's having fun.
that's
Yeah,
right.
he is. He is.
All right.
So wait,
I
hold
think-
on. So would
oh.
you guys
Oh,
take the
geez.
hat from him or not?
No, the hat is
No.
cool. It's a cool hat, but it's a
Yeah.
gift shop souvenir. And he probably should say like, "Oh no, I just really love the hat and support the military." That's a good line right there.
Put a piece of tape on there that just says "not really," just underneath it. Just he won't know. and you're
Here's what I'd
correct all
like to
the time.
try. Have your dad wear one of those Union soldier jackets, and I want to see if people come up and thank him for his service.
Yeah. Put him in
You
a
know, for the Civil
gladiator
War,
outfit.
Omar? You
Yeah.
getting
I
that?
love it. I love it.
Yeah, go each war back. See how far you can go before people stop.
Yeah, keep
asking
doing
you
it. Have him walk around the mall with a bayonet.
things. Yeah. How far back can we go?
Yeah,
All right. All right. Well, I don't know.
priceless.
That's yeah. Maybe need to talk to your dad about that one. That's
Yeah,
he might not appreciate being outed. But I think there's a
That's
lot of
fun-
family
that's
members
funny.
that haven't appreciated this podcast. So
yeah.
we'll
it's
keep
true.
going.
He's not
Actually,
the
it's
first.
true. You guys by far, I mean, compared to me, have the most collateral damage from this podcast.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you want to think
Yeah.
that.
I think it's but I have people that are listening that are gonna help me dodge bullets, I hope. So people who are out there listening, listen intensely, please. All right, I want to go next. Is that right, Josh? I'll go next.
Absolutely, do it.
All right. Well, so this one's relatively quick. This weekend, I went to a golf event that was in Upper Wisconsin, and golfed. I golf once or twice a year.
Hold
I think
on.
one of the-
Is that a Midwest thing? Upper Wisconsin? Do you mean northern Wisconsin? Is that the
Yeah.
same thing, or do people say upper and lower?
Yeah, I guess it depends on. Yeah. What would it be?
Most people use like direction: northern Wisconsin, west, east,
Oh,
south.
yeah, Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula. That's Michigan. Upper Wisconsin. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
maybe that is the Midwest.
I
I
don't
never
know.
thought
I
about
don't know.
that.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about right now. I honestly
know,
don't know.
They don't say Upper Arizona, I guess. Yeah, maybe I've never heard that.
No. Nope.
Upper California. Yeah, I
Nope.
guess that maybe it is only a Wisconsin
Nope.
thing, or maybe
I
it's
think
just
a
me.
Wisconsin thing. Yeah.
Northern Wisconsin.
Although Upper East Side, Lower East Side
True.
in New York,
Yeah.
you do that.
That's true. Yeah, there's a lot of comparisons.
Anyway.
So it's a famous golf course. As Omar knows, actually both know, I'm not a great golfer. And I have no business golfing on this golf course.
I thought you gave up golf. A couple episodes ago, you gave up
I gave
golf.
up caring about golf. It worked. It worked. I had a very good round because I did not care. If I had a bad shot,
Okay.
And I followed with a good shot. In fact, someone told me to score by just doing smiley and sad faces rather than actually have a score. And I thought I'd do that, but I was golfing well, so I kept score. Anyway, but I golfed on a Saturday, and then on Sunday I went to a par 3 course with my wife and a colleague of mine from the office. And there were other people going to be there, but it was raining, and they said, why don't you three just go off by yourselves and enjoy the course? It's just a par 3. It lasts like an hour.
Yep.
Now, all day Saturday when we were at a par 3, my dream is to get a hole-in-one on a par 3 at this course, because that would be everyone's there. There's, people would see it. It's a famous hole, it would be amazing. I'd probably get a picture of the hole. I would go all out if I got a hole-in-one on this course.
Very
the
cool.
par 3, if you got a hole-in-one, not so much, right? It's a par 3,
that's
right?
Still very cool.
Right? Yeah.
Well, okay, but all right. So, but then I thought, what if I get a par 3 hole-in-one, and who saw it? My wife and one of my colleagues. It's like, it's not as special than if you're with a group, and right. So, if I get a hole-in-one, it's got to be timed right. That did remind me of a story that I don't think I've told you guys. I might have. And I want you to give me a ruling, because I've thought a lot about holes in one, and I had a situation happen to me in Wisconsin, Lower Wisconsin, called Madison.
Wisconsin.
Yep. A buddy of mine, a guy I used to live in Philly, a friend of mine from Philly came to visit, and we went to a golf course and we played the front 9. The back 9, we picked up this schmo, just some guy out of nowhere that needed to play, and he joined our twosome to be a threesome.
Okay.
Right? We get to hole 17. It's over a pond. It's just one big pond. It's where you tee off and the green. That's it. And he hits his first shot right in the water. And I hit my tee shot, and I hit mine really close to the cup. So I'm pretty close. Yeah. My buddy hits, and then the other guy says, hey, can I hit one more time? Now the hole is a little bit hidden, and so he hits a second time. So we walk to the hole, and he's looking for his ball, and I get up, and I tap mine in for a 2. So I was like, I got a birdie. I'm pretty happy. And I go to get my ball, and there's 2 balls in the cup.
2 balls. Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, there's 2 in here. Someone left their ball, and the guy goes, what is on there? And I was like, tile is 2. And he said, that's my ball. He's like, I got a hole-in-one. And both my buddy and I said, no, you didn't. You got a 3.
You got a 3.
You got a 3.
Oh my God.
He said, no, I got a hole-in-one. I teed off and got it into the hole. He said, I need you guys to go to the clubhouse and verify it. And we said, what? And they asked me, I'm going to tell you got a 3. And he was livid. I mean, he was really upset. He's like, he's been wanting to get a hole-in-one forever. And it was a dream come true for him. He's like, in his mind, he can say it, but he needs someone to verify it. We both were like, you did not. And he got really mad when I said, not only did you not get a hole-in-one, you didn't even have the lowest score on the hole. I beat you by a stroke. So we got to the clubhouse, and then he said,
did he say mulligan? Did he say mulligan before he shot the second time?
He asked, he just said, hey, he just like, I'm going to hit another ball. Just, I didn't hear the word mulligan.
But look, this guy is a bit, who is this guy? Number one.
Just some guy off the street.
Yeah, well, apparently, let's keep him on the street. Because when you hit a mulligan or whatever you want to call it, everybody knows it's not a true score, especially for something like this.
For a hole-in-one, you could say the rest of your life, I got a hole-in-one.
Is he fucking Donald Trump?
Did.
Who are you playing with?
No, he did. The pressure's off after a mulligan, though. The whole point of a hole-in-one, you set up, and hit it your first shot and you nail it.
Correct.
What if you did it 7 times from a tee? That's not a hole in one, right?
That's right.
But a mulligan, you don't count the stroke, right?
I never gave him a mulligan. I didn't give him a mulligan.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm asking. Did he say I'm taking a mulligan? If he said I'm going to hit it again, that's very different because he has the choice. I can hit it again or I can drop.
I wasn't keeping his score. So
Joshy,
like
but even if he had a mulligan, it's not the same.
Yes, it
thing.
is. It's a hole in
no,
one.
it's not. It's not the hole in one. A
Of
hole
course
in one
it's a hole in one.
It's such a sacred thing. Everything has to be your first shot. You can't do a mulligan hole.
Stop.
It's like a mulligan hole in one.
He hit the ball.
It's like a mulligan one.
Here's how I see it.
One.
He hit the ball into the hole from the tee box. That's a hole in one.
So what if he hit it 20,000 times?
Yeah, hole in one.
Stop.
That's now, I wouldn't put it on the card a one.
What is it then? Oh yes, I agree. He hit the ball into the hole from the tee box.
From the tee box. That's a
but
hole
he
in
didn't
one.
get a hole in one. No, that is a different thing. That is a hole in one is.
You know what I'm going to equate this to? Because I'm now going to take your side because I'm going to make an argument that will take your side.
Thank you.
It's like throwing a gutter ball on your first ball and then getting the spare on your second. It's not a strike. You knock them all down, but it's not a strike. It's a spare.
That's right. Thank you.
Well, boy, that's a good analogy.
Yeah. So you corrected yourself.
Yes, I did.
David, you are 1,000% right. And this guy wasn't. You didn't know him from before?
No, he just showed up off the street. Said, the starter said, hey, said this guy's going to join you for your back nine. And we're like, okay. And he was a nice guy, but this was the 17th hole, and we had a pretty decent argument on the 18th hole. And then we separated. We got to the 18th green. We're walking to the clubhouse, and he's like, guys, I'm going to tell him I got a hole in one. And we said, I'm not verifying it, and so you can tell him whatever you want. And he, as we were getting our stuff, he said, he tried to get us to come back. We said, we are not saying you got a hole in one. I did kind of feel a little.
What does the club do for a hole in one?
Well, you're supposed to buy everyone a drink, right? But
okay, so let them buy everyone a drink.
What? You're supposed to? Who the fuck knows that rule?
No, that is a rule. Even I know that, and I don't golf.
Wait. If I get a hole in one, then they buy me a drink?
No, you buy
everyone in the bar,
in the clubhouse a drink. Yeah.
If you got the hole in one, you have to buy everyone in the clubhouse a drink.
Okay. I don't know where these rules came from. I mean, I don't know. Is this a Midwest
And if you get 2 holes in one in a row, you have to buy everyone in the clubhouse a car.
Yeah. Hey, you ever heard that?
That's true.
Listen, because I don't want. I mean, you can't misrepresent yourself from making an accomplishment, right?
This is a tricky one.
Hey, by the way, I've been doing that for a living for fucking.
Well, and I was kind of talking about our first topic too, so we're related to both.
Misrepresenting seems to be the common theme.
Yes. We left and never went to the clubhouse and verified it. So he might have did whatever, but we would not back his story. So I don't know whatever happened. I meant leaving. I thought, we could have, right? We could have. Actually, it's really similar to your father and his veteran story.
It's very similar.
I never thought of it.
Do you think that this guy told his friends that he hit a hole in one?
Yeah, of course.
I would love it if he did, and he's listening to this podcast right now. Would that be awesome?
I'm going to tell you something right now. If I did that, I would tell everyone I got a hole in one.
And I would tell everyone you did.
Into the hole from the tee box. I couldn't do that. If you gave me 1,000 balls, I couldn't do it.
That's not the point, Josh. And Josh, by the way, you would know in your heart that you never had a hole in one. You would know.
Maybe, but I don't really respect golf, so maybe I'd be all right with it.
It would be like saying I shook hands with the president, but you really didn't. But if you just told the story over and over,
different. Yeah,
but also, it didn't happen.
Let it be known that Dave and I have both seen Josh swing a golf club. There's no chance in hell he's ever making a hole in one.
No,
all right, that's fair.
It's no chance in hell.
I would give you a mulligan.
I'll own up to that.
I would give you
maybe putt.
I've gotten plenty of holes in one on putt.
Yeah, so you've gotten a hole in one in your life.
Yeah.
If someone says you ever got a hole in one,
not the windmill.
No, that's impossible.
Yeah, impossible.
Yeah. Unless it's stuck. I usually have someone hold it. Yeah.
Was this guy a big dude? Were you worried he's gonna get real?
No. If he was bigger than us, we would definitely let it go. Yeah. No, that's a survival instinct. Yeah. He was. There's 2 of us. One of him. He was smaller.
Way to go!
Yeah. Way to go to Brutus.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all right. So I think I feel justified in what I've done. I've done a lot of things in my life that I'm not sure about. I think I feel good. Omar, you're with me. Josh, you're not. You came around.
I'm
You
with
came
you.
around.
I'm with you.
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't. No, I'm not with you. Actually, I think that in spite of what I just said to you, that when you meet people, they need people. It's nice to do things for people, even if they're out of the ordinary and or not necessarily consistent with your fundamental value system. If it makes them happy, this is a small token, and
so I see what you're saying.
you could have really had a material impact on this
This
guy's
is so
happiness.
similar to your father's hat
Yeah.
story. It's like
For the
just
next
another.
days,
right back to
weeks and years, and instead you had to take away that moment from him. You
No.
stole his color.
Sometimes you have to stand up for integrity, and I was
Principles.
standing up for this man's integrity.
What does that word even mean, by the way? It's such an odd. It's such a principle. Josh, you were defending the whole Mulligan thing.
Because I don't care about golf. And look, what if he had hit? This is the other thing. Like, what if he had hit? He had put the tee slightly ahead of the marker, and he was technically out of the tee box and hit it in the first one.
Yeah, I count that. Yeah, I would. Yeah, because that's
technically not a hole in one.
That's a very loose. That's a very much looser interpretation than hitting it twice. Hitting it twice. I mean, what if he said I hit it really? It was just a little bit, like it was just half of an inch away from the hole. Can I just count it?
Okay, I'm gonna draw an analogy here of a real life thing, and I want you to tell me whether it's legit. And I apologize to specifically my sister who does not like sports talk on this podcast, but I have to bring it up. Michael Strahan's record, sacks in a season.
Oh yeah, Brett Favre. Yep,
Brett Favre gave it to him.
So for those who don't know,
last one. Go ahead.
Michael Strahan had needed one sack to get the all-time record for most sacks in a season. The Packers had already won the game. They're running out the clock. Brett Favre hikes the ball, even though he's supposed to kneel it. He runs over basically Michael Strahan and falls in front of Michael Strahan, touches him, he gets the record.
Gets the sack. That's not legit.
But technically in the rules, even that is more legit than this hole in one is.
Well, yes, because
there's a rule for what he did. He had 3 strokes.
I'm going to go against you. I'm going to go against you on this one. I'm going to go against you. I think Michael Strahan's is more bobo than this guy's, because at least this guy actually physically did it. He physically hit the ball into the hole.
I agree.
Michael Strahan did not physically beat the lineman and sack Brett Favre.
See, this is why I'm the most well-adjusted of the three of us. It's the rules sometimes.
According to who, by the way? Who says Rob, you are the most well-adjusted? I want to know.
This smart guy, observant Rob.
Yes.
Golf has a set of rules, and he is changed the rules. What Brett Favre did technically fell in with the rules. Now, the spirit of the law is probably much closer to the Michael Strahan.
Thank you.
When you're talking about records, you can't think about spirit of the law and records. How you nothing would count.
No, that's not true at all. That was such bullshit. That record, such bullshit. Look, I don't need a rule. I don't need anything. All I need is my 2 eyes. I know what I saw, and I did not see a legitimate sack.
I see what you're saying.
I didn't see it. Now, look, if Brett Favre, if it was during the game and it was a real play and he slipped, legitimately, and Strahan was there and touched him down, that's a sack. That happens in a game. That's
what would it be if the game ended and they said, let's put 5 seconds back on the clock, let's run one more play, and then Michael Strahan legitimately sacked Brett Favre? I'd say that's not the record because the game was over. You just decided to put the clock back.
I don't like when they give players records.
Yeah.
When they purposely do that just to get a record, and it happens all too often. I don't like it. Like Cal Ripken's record. Sorry, Omar. I know you're a big Cal Ripken fan, but it was bullshit. The guy should never have been playing in the back couple of seasons. There were guys much better than him. The only reason he started every game was for that stupid record.
Again, Josh, let's not go down that path. That's
all right. We won't go down that path.
but I do lose
my sister and other listeners who.
But I do think that golf has a special provenance, with like, men and like camaraderie, and having like, all being together and whatever else, and you swap stories and whatever else. Actually, I had a really weird moment playing golf with my friends. I won't say their names, but I played at my friend's course, and he started telling us a story when he was younger. He was on the course and he sees this really attractive woman who's playing golf. Okay.
Your stories have a central theme. each one.
Wait till you
Was,
hear
was he
this.
playing
This is
golf in the
crazy.
Grand Canyon?
No, wait till you no, this is no, I'm not gonna say where it happened because it might give it away. But he says that he started talking to her about something. She was like really attractive. Then she kept, then she kept on walking. And he said that he was so how do you say, hormoned up that he had to go in the woods
Oh, come on.
and and release
Stop.
and
Please
release.
tell
No.
this story.
What? I
Oh,
swear,
stop.
I swear to
What is
God.
wrong with you?
And I'm like, why did you tell us this story?
Was
No
he
What's
one
wrong? What is
wants-
wrong with your friend?
No
He's
one
50
wants to hear this
Was-
story.
I mean, you can't control
That's a
yourself.
15-year-old kid?
in public.
I don't know. I think he was a teenager. But I mean, I don't want to hear that
That's
story.
still- that's a
No,
ridiculous story.
Neither did we. Yeah, and now it's on public
Whenever-
record.
Come on.
Whenever he goes to the woods, I'm like, what's going on in there? What are you doing?
Oh
That's
my
not a
God.
golf story, Omar. That's not
Have
a,
some restraint.
It happened on the golf course. It's a golf
Oh.
story.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Listen,
Was
I'm
it
not,
a TPC
I'm not,
Sawgrass?
I'm not condoning it. I'm
I
just
know
telling
you're
you what
not.
happened.
You're just telling us the story. I hear you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Some stories just have to be told. I know they
Yes.
can't hold it back.
It's just crazy. In the
Great story.
woods? Like, what is going on in America?
He's an American, not an American.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
that's right. That's right.
like-
Good.
Like, are you really telling us this story? And he pointed out
No one's
where
going
he
to take
did
away
it.
his freedom.
Like, what?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh. Well,
God.
if you have a thought on about my golf or the hat story, friends at FTS at no, I don't know. Friends at
Jeez,
FTS.
friends at
Do you guys
FTS.media.
have any
I gotta
friends,
write
by the
down.
way, who dye their hair?
No, I don't think so.
My daughter does.
Yeah.
What?
My daughter is
yeah,
blue.
women.
Well,
She
I mean,
dyes
like,
her hair blue.
when they're older and they like like grays or whatever else.
Oh, from a
No.
I can't think of any.
No.
Oh, okay. All
Do
right.
you?
No, I dyed my beard once, but it looked like I was a pirate. Never did that shit again.
All right, Josh.
All right.
Can you keep
I-
the theme going?
No, I'm not going to. I had a topic I wanted to talk about, and then literally an hour before we were getting on to do this podcast, something happened, and it just was like, oh my God, it just was complete a little bit of ridiculousness that I had to share with you guys. So this weekend is my college annual event with my college buddies, and we get away for the weekend. You heard me talk about it earlier. I do one with my high school buddies. That was I think it was the Airbnb episode.
Yes.
Right,
but
yeah.
it was a while ago, and I talked about that weekend. But I have my college one coming up this weekend. Very excited for it. One of my favorite weekends of the year, because I don't see these guys that often. And so we always get a house in a big house in a secluded place, and it's just a lot of fun. We play a lot of cornhole and poker, and we drink and barbecue, and it's just a good time. And but we have my one friend who lives in your neck of the woods.
Wait.
James.
You're assuming people know what the fuck cornhole is.
We've been down this road, and this was on another episode. It's called bags. If you live in the
That's the
Midwest, in
funniest
the
thing you've
upper
said.
or lower Midwest, it's called bags. Dave likes to laugh when he hears the words cornhole, like a 7-year-old, and it is funny. But everyone knows what it is. It's
Especially in the
boards, you
context-
throw the bags
Especially the
into hole.
context they used it in. Yeah.
Yes.
It's secluded house away from prying eyes. Me and my college buddies play cornhole.
Yes. Anyway, we play bags. How about that? I'll go back to bags. Anyway, my one friend lives in St. Louis, in your neck of the woods, Dave,
Yeah.
and he
right.
always complains every
Is it
year.
upper? Is it upper Missouri or fucking?
I think
you-
it's middle.
You beat me to the punch on that one.
mid lower St. Louis,
Yeah.
or left St. Louis. They don't do east and west, left and right. And that's if you're facing St. Louis. If your back's to St. Louis, it's on the right. And he always complains that he has to travel to wherever we have it. And, it's hardly a direct flight, and he bitches and moans every time. So we finally said, all right, we'll come to you this time. All right. But you got to
Hold
be
on.
responsible.
You realize Omar just yawned in the middle of your
I
story.
heard it.
Did you hear that?
I heard it. Yeah.
It's on. Yeah. That.
Yeah.
We
heard
can't see your face right now, Omar. I don't know if
Could
you
you
heard.
hear
thank
that?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard your yawn.
You've got a mic
Yes.
in your face.
You have a microphone attached to your,
I
your
wasn't
mouth.
yawning. I was just thinking about something.
Whatever it was. Anyway, Jeez, I didn't yawn through your made up story about the Grand Canyon in Cleveland, Ohio.
Isn't that what Barbara was?
How you water skied in Lower Montana. So we said we'll come to you in St. Louis, but you got to do all the legwork. You got to find the place. You got to do all that stuff. So he's like, all right, I'll take it on. And so he set it up. Now, granted, we're leaving on Thursday morning, this Thursday morning. So it's in 2 days we leave. And he just sent us again an hour before the podcast. He sends all of us in a text chain a note that he got from the owner, and it's a lengthy one, and it is talking about the rules.
Oh my God!
And they talk about strict noise regulations, no noise, especially music after 9 p.m.
Oh boy!
And there's security who patrols the area and hands out citations. And that's all we do. We are outside in the pool and playing bags. There you go, bags, and blasting music and having a good time.
How many men is this?
There's 8 of us.
Are you wearing clothes?
Are we wearing clothes? We're wearing clothes.
Okay. I'm just trying to follow along.
It's the question is unbelievable. We're wearing clothes. But everyone's in an uproar.
Are you playing Wham or George Michael?
Yeah. First of all, yes, it's very possible. Wham is music we grew up with in the 80s, and Wham was great. You're gonna deny Wham was good?
I love
Dave?
Wham.
Wham is awesome. Wake me up before you go.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
So that we can go play cornhole.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the remix. Anyway, so it also says in the note, which I thought was very funny, we're stocked with Folgers. So you don't have to. I'm thinking, who the hell drinks Folgers? I don't know who drinks Folgers, but that
stocked with Folgers. That was
Folgers.
that was a key benefit.
Can you, by the way,
Folgers.
Can you tell the difference between instant coffee and like ground coffee?
This is not even the purpose of my story.
No,
I'm sure you can. I'm not a coffee aficionado.
Oh,
I don't drink a lot of coffee.
Is it Folgers instant coffee?
Who the hell? Yes, who the hell's drinking Folgers? I don't even drink coffee. The fact that they mentioned it in the note.
The commercials that come on,
in the house.
They blindfold people.
They do. That was in 1987.
The difference.
That was in 1987 where people had Folgers crystals in their cupboard.
They were flavor crystals. Okay.
Flavor crystals. Yeah, exactly. But now we're all in a panic. What do we do? I mean, is this going to ruin our weekend?
Is this in the county of St. Louis, or are you in Missouri?
No, we're in Missouri. We're in a place that Dave. I mentioned the town to you. I think you have
it's the town of Footloose. There's no dancing allowed.
Yeah, there's no cornhole there, buddy.
Josh,
the guy didn't do any homework.
There's an easy answer to this. Okay. What's this guy's name? Is it Rob again?
No, Rob's in the other group.
Okay.
Rob's in the other group.
Okay. So my point is bizarre.
Although we do have a Rob in this group too. But go ahead.
Okay. So whoever this cat was who set this thing up, you're gonna go, and any citations
we're gonna go.
This motherfucker's gonna pay for. That's it. Done.
Listen, we're not worried so much about that because if they just
what do you want? You want fucking normal coffee?
No. I don't want them to shut us down.
Yeah. Well, wait. Are you in a complex like where your neighbors?
So this is the funny part. So we're like, we write them back like, didn't you talk to the owner? What are you doing here? I mean, this is the house you got. And by the way, didn't you look to see where it was on the map? We always do that's a beautiful thing about Google Earth, and you can see exactly where it is and what's around it. And every house we get is pretty secluded. We don't want neighbors. We're pretty loud.
Is this?
And we're loud. We're loud very late.
God, no,
does this town start with the letter I?
It does.
Yeah. I know where we have a place.
Help me out, because
there's nobody going to be there on a Thursday night.
No. We're there Thursday to Sunday.
All right. Well, I know that there are people listening to music now. There's some decorum at this place.
Thank you. That's the problem.
If it's a drunken.
Yes,
look, I don't see any security personnel bothering 8 barely clothed grown men.
Why are we
playing
barely
fl-
clothed all of a sudden?
Yeah.
playing,
I know
playing
they
Wham,
don't. There's
playing
no
Wham,
hanky. Yeah,
playing
that's
cornholio, whatever game you're playing. I'm not getting anywhere near you. Okay,
Boy, this conversation did not go like I thought it would.
I don't know
Yeah.
what
This was not.
the concern
my-
is.
I tell you what, your
what
music
I
is going to be the least
anticipated.
of their problems when they come upon your party.
As
Yeah,
long as there's no dancing. That's the one thing.
There's no
Yeah,
dancing.
right.
I just don't. And here's his response, by the way. Because by the way, this is one of my smartest dumb friends in the world. His job is very prestigious. I mean, he's a surgeon of some sort. I won't say what he does. But like, wow, and he's a damn good one
Wait.
because he
Did
gets
you mention
accolades.
this guy before?
I have, but he's
Is he
also
brain surgeon?
He also no, he's not a brain surgeon, but he does other surgery, life-saving surgery. But that's not the point. The
Heart?
point is he's an idiot as well, not heart. And you could stop guessing organs.
That's the
and
only
so
two I could think of.
we there's others. So that we said to him, like, didn't you look at it? He goes, yeah. Don't worry, it's on an acre of land. There's no one near us. An acre is not that huge.
That's not big.
An acre is
Oh
not
yeah,
that big.
yeah.
And a
that's
house
right.
sits on the acre, and the house is pretty big, so it's probably only a quarter acre between the houses.
All right,
We
here's
get
the
these
thing.
houses
This is.
that are in the middle of nowhere with that are on 10, 20 acres.
I think you will notice here Thursday night, Friday. There's a good chance there's not going to
Go
anyone
ahead.
around
Help
you.
us out. Help us out.
But if you do have neighbors, I would maybe before all the activities start, maybe go over and just chit chat. Hey, we're over here. Just want to let you know.
Okay. All
And
right.
I think if you're probably 3 houses that may hear you. So I think
That's a
they're,
problem.
yeah.
That's a problem. We're
I
out
mean,
there
how
pretty
loud?
late.
Late is probably fine. But what, music blaring or?
Yeah,
what's
we get the music going. We always get a house with a fire pit, so we got the fire pit going. We're barbecuing late in the
But you're,
night.
you're talking, laughing, right? You're not
Yeah, of
screaming.
course.
But I think you'll be fine.
All
That's
right.
my advice.
You're
Is
right.
to,
I hope you're right. I think this is going to be a nightmare.
I think you're fine.
We
I
are
would.
We are all
Well-
not happy right now.
If you got a neighbor who's got like, a couple and 2 young kids, you might want to talk to him and just
But
kind of
what's-
scout it
but
out.
there's a negative to that. If you go over there and say, "Hey, listen, I'm sorry, we're here for the weekend and we're gonna be playing music late at night." What if they say like, "Yeah, we'd appreciate it if you don't do that." Then
Well,
what?
here's the
now
thing,
we back
yeah.
ourselves in a corner.
Well, it's going to happen anyway because there is security on that place and they'll come.
Oh,
So yeah,
are they
so
real
I think your
security? Are they
best
real
bet is to try
security?
and
Or are they
negotiate.
Bobo security? What kind of security are they, Dave? Are they Bobo,
Bobo
security?
security with real security on their speed dial. So I would, I'd talk to them, scout it out,
talk to security first, or
talk to the
neighbors?
neighbors. Yeah, negotiate.
Security might come regardless of what the neighbors do. The neighbors don't have to call for security to come. Apparently,
They
according to
won't
what we
come.
read.
No. Yeah. Don't worry about that. I think only if the
Okay,
neighbors
okay.
complain. I would just,
Okay,
that's
all right.
that's my
All
advice.
right, maybe that's the tact we go. But this has just absolutely killed this guy's whole mojo because he's like, "You're gonna love it. You'll come out here. We'll do it again out here."
Yeah.
It's pissed off.
It's a nice place, but it is he screwed up a little bit, but I think
Screwed up a
I
lot.
bet you could still have, your fun without getting in trouble. But
We'll see.
negotiation, you're good at negotiation.
I'm
right?
very good
Do
at
you
negotiation.
do you bring like lotions and creams and stuff with you on the strip?
What goes through your mind when I tell a story is quite disturbing.
I just
He's just
We
making
don't
me
bring
laugh.
lotions and creams.
just trying to figure out
You do.
what
You have a skin regimen that you can't let
what
go.
you guys are doing. 8 grown men,
If
barely clothed.
hey,
Like, what is going on?
hey, Mr. Rames, do you ever have you ever gone to a weekend getaway with your buddies? Do you ever do that?
No,
You don't do that?
not 8 men. No.
Well, then I pity you because it's fun. It's the best weekend of the year. What is wrong with you? This is
You
the
set-
guy
you
who
set us
hold on,
up.
Dave.
You-
Dave.
Go back
Dave.
to the tape.
Says this is the guy who's asking about creams and lotions, and if we're going to play Wham, who just 2 episodes ago was talking about how he loves wearing sundresses.
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah.
right? Is this the same guy, Omar? Same dude?
Yeah, but
And how he loves purses?
yeah.
Yeah.
But do you know?
Same
Do you know?
guy.
Do
Just
you know?
wanna make
You
sure
said
we're all
what you-
comfortable in our own
what you
skin.
said is much funnier. I don't know. Maybe it's late at night.
It's the cornhole thing. Yeah, a little punch drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never called it that.
I know
That
you
was-
called it bags,
Yeah. Or yeah. So
but it's called cornhole. Even on ESPN, they call it cornhole. The cornhole
Do they?
championship. Yeah, Johnsonville cornhole champion. It's on ESPN.
All right. Well,
On the
I
O
think
Show.
you guys will have a dandy time. I think
All
it'll
right,
be
good. I'm glad you got to calm my nerves because everyone is on level 11 right now with this whole scenario.
Yeah,
I will
I
fill
think
you in, by the way, on how this goes after the
Alright.
weekend when we record again. We'll end
Alright.
with that. We'll end
We're-
with our tribute to Norway.
Flintstones, här är Flintstones. När de kommer är det ingen bön.
I thought this one, I didn't want to do the obese one because I thought no one needs to know that. So I picked Viking. Do you have an article, Omar? This was your segment. I was curious. Am I?
I thought it was Josh's turn this week.
No, no one told me it was my turn.
All right. Well,
Dave,
this is
one
all
on
I
us.
got. It's not super creative,
Yeah.
but
Alright.
Vikings and this is actually in Denmark, but it came from the Norwegian news. So
This is a complete bust. This is a complete bust. I don't even go down this road.
Is Denmark?
We're
Is
better off
Denmark-
cutting
is
our
Denmark-
losses.
Denmark is the Brooklyn of Norway, right?
exactly. So
Do they
let's.
have a canyon in
It's a
Denmark?
borough. Well, there are Vikings in Denmark, and the Vikings in Denmark wore beaver furs to show their high status. New research shows. The study carried out by researchers at the University of Copenhagen found that Vikings in Denmark of high status wore
Copenhagen.
beaver furs to indicate their high status. Beavers are not native animals in Denmark, so their furs were used as a luxury symbol of affluence. They're also valuable trade objects in the 10th century.
Do you,
There you
you
go.
laugh at cornhole, but you're not
This is-
laughing at beaver hats.
See, this is
What's wrong
honest-
with you guys?
No, what's
This-
wrong with you? That's childish. That's
But this is another sign. Like men are always doing things to signal to mates, including wearing furs, right? I gotta give Josh credit when he has his wham weekend with his buddies. They're not trying to attract women. They don't care
No.
about that.
We certainly are not. That's very true.
they're just
So I mean- they want to be together. They want to be
We
together
can still wear beaver hats, though.
as
It's-
bros. Bros.
There's bros.
Yeah.
We just lost our entire status in Norway. Our Norwegian segment was not only a bad story, but it was about Denmark.
All right, I'll do better next time.
Yeah,
It was in the
that's-
Norwegian news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't matter. You can have stuff in a newspaper that's about places other than that origin of
Yeah.
the newspaper.
I shouldn't have talked about the Vikings. They just beat the Packers too.
Yeah, they did. That was a mistake.
It's true.
I'm sorry. All right, so that was a big.
Let's cut our
mistake.
losses, Dave. Let's cut our
Yeah,
losses.
ever since Josh started his story, this kind of fell apart.
It went
But,
off the rails.
so not one of our proudest episodes. By the way, what episode are we on? Did we hit 30?
27. This is
28.
27.
27.
This is 27.
I knew you would know, Omar. All right. Well, hey, thanks. If you made it this far, thanks everyone, and look forward to next week. We hear more about the adventures of Josh
No way
and
anyone
his
made it
buddies.
this far.
Well, everyone have a good week. See you, everybody.
See ya.
Smell ya. I didn't tell you guys. I met a game show host.